treating real estate as more than just a job. It's not a job, it's a business. And I think a lot of agents that I've seen treat it more as a job than they do as their business, because it is a business.
All right, let's jump right into it. You have a sales and marketing background. You've been a realtor for 6 years. How do you differentiate yourself from other realtors?
Thanks for that. One of the things that I think I bring to the table that's a little different is my sales and marketing, particularly marketing background. It's something I've been doing for a lot of years, and it really helped me to focus and develop a marketing program and strategy that really stands out compared to some of my competitors. So that, I think, in itself has been the one big thing, was my marketing background.
Nice. And what do you love about real estate the most? Like, why are you in real estate?
Well, there's so many things about real estate that you can love, and there's things that you can hate. But the one thing I really love, is first-time home buyers are probably one of my favorites. Helping people get their first house is there's not a better feeling when you see them walk through the threshold of their new home for the first time. It's awesome. But helping people manage, one of the largest purchases of their life, whether they're selling or buying or whatever they're doing, there's a lot to it, and it's a lot more complicated today than it was. And people may think from the outside that it's an easy task or an easy process, and far from it. There's a lot of bits and pieces to it, but I love being able to put the whole thing together and just see the smiles on people's faces when they buy or sell their houses. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. What is the difference between first-time buyers and other kind of buyers, you would say?
Well, so first time, obviously, it's their first house, and they don't necessarily know anything about the process. But we have a buyer's guide that I share with my clients that helps them through that process. Whereas clients that have bought and sold in the past are familiar with the process, they just don't know what's changed, and things change over years.
Yeah.
So we help them understand that as well. But I think the excitement of the first-time buyers.
Yeah.
And repeat clients, they too get excited.
Yeah.
But so it's the same but a little different.
Yeah. How do you leverage your listings to get your next listing or to get your next sell?
Well, so to get listings, that's a great question, because it's not as easy as people think.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of new agents think that, I'll get my real estate license and all my friends and family and neighbors are going to call me.
Yeah.
And I'll sell their houses, and it doesn't quite work that way. So some of the things I did early on was building relationships with a lot of people, and having a team now of people. I sit with them, and I'll give you an example. I say, write down 50 people in the community. And I remember having this discussion with one of our guys, and he says, well, I don't know 50. I said, yeah, you do. Yeah. I said, just for example, I said, what do you do in your spare time? And he goes, well, I manage a women's softball team. I go, there you go. There's a whole bunch of people that you should be connecting with. Maybe we could do things for the team that might help them, whether it be sponsor something, but talk to everybody you know. Talk to everybody you know, let them know that you're in the business, and give them back. So we started doing things for people, and in turn, out of kindness, I'd say, that guy, he's donating his time. We're involved in community stuff. It just comes full circle. But once they at least have an opportunity to talk to me and see what it is that we're all about, and see our marketing material and our program, that's a big step right there. And that's how we win a lot of our listings. It's just getting the opportunity to talk to somebody.
What would be 3 action things that every realtor should be doing?
Well, so I think, going back to community a little bit is certainly a big one, getting involved in the community.
Mhm.
Networking is also another thing that I did early on. I was part of a men's breakfast club for mental health,
Yeah.
which was a great way to connect and meet new people. And it was really good to sit in and do those. I think the other thing agents should be doing that I see a lot that aren't is focusing on some good, solid, consistent marketing material and messages, and not buying leads online, not doing things of that nature, but just focusing on who they are, what they do, and how they and really hone in on their craft.
Yeah.
And that really shows when you get in front of a prospective seller or buyer.
Yeah.
And you're talking to them, you got to know what you're talking about, and you got to have some great material to show them that really sets you apart. And that's what we do really well.
Nice. Tell me more about how you spread that material, or how do you attract your clients?
How do we attract clients? So again, there's a lot of different ways, and it's a little easier now once you get started, because I'm getting calls from people that see our marketing material online, whether it be through YouTube videos or Facebook ads or Instagram.
Yeah.
They start seeing some of the things we're doing, and they go, "Geez, that's great material." They start calling me and saying, "We'd like you to do that to our house." We had a property that was for sale for quite some time in Burlington, and the agent couldn't sell it. These guys had stumbled across my material online and gave me a call and said, "We like what we saw. Would you be interested in doing that for our home?" And of course I said yes, and we were able to put the sold sign up within less than 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. It sat on the market for over a year. So
Nice.
it's just, when the people see the approach and the material. But again, I guess to answer your question, how do we do that? It's communicating, connecting with people. I joke around with my wife. I say I can go into Mary Lou's and get a bottle of wine, and the lady behind the counter knows I'm in real estate. She says, "So how's the market's crazy?"
Yeah.
Everybody I get in front of knows I'm in real estate.
Yeah.
And if you don't tell everybody, nobody's going to call you and say, "Hey, Rick, you don't know a good realtor, do you?" Because they already know. They already know the answer to that. So
Nice.
I think that's something. And I heard this from somebody once before. They said, "Don't be a silent salesperson. Let everybody know who it is you are and what it is you do."
Mm-hmm. Like a secret agent. A lot of
Right.
a lot of new agents I find are a little bit shy to share that they are a realtor. They don't want to.
It's true, and I think my wife at first was kind of, I don't know if she was embarrassed, but I would talk to strangers when we go shopping, and all of a sudden real estate comes up. Everyone likes to talk about real estate, by the way.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we're having a discussion on exchange where I'm giving them my card, we're talking about, and it just goes from there, stems from there. Yeah.
What would it be a defining moment for you where you really felt successful as you were growing your career?
Well, there's always that first sale, right? The very first home, you get a listing, you win that listing presentation, and you get the sign on the lawn. But I think what really was a really big turn point for me was when people started calling me and saying, "Hey, Rick, I've heard about you. I've seen your stuff. I've seen your material." Referrals is one thing that we get a lot of. So having a strong referral market is a big part of what we do now.
Yeah.
So if people can't refer me, then I haven't done my job right with them. So that was a big turning point. When people start calling me and saying, "Hey, Rick, I've heard all about you. Can you come and talk to us about our home?" That's when you start getting those phone calls. That's a big deal.
Yeah, they already sold at that point.
Yeah,
They know that you're going to do a good
yeah,
job.
yeah.
How do you ask for a referral? Do you ask or they just come?
Oh no, that's a great question too. I always ask and say, listen, by the way, if you love the service that we provided for you today,
Yeah.
please share with your family, friends, neighbors, coworkers,
Nice.
and more often than not, they do. So that's quite a common
Yeah,
thing nowadays. But if you don't ask,
you
you
don't.
don't get that. You don't get that.
True, true. You
Yeah.
talk about winning listing presentation. What do you do different to win the listing presentation?
So when I go into a listing presentation, I take in a lot of material. I actually have a keynote presentation that I show on my iPad that, and I don't talk a lot about me. I try to talk a lot about them and what they want to see in a real estate agent, what they want in a realtor. What is it they want to, and then I show them how we market properties, all the marketing material, and I show them, samples on the iPad, but I also bring hard copies with me.
Nice.
I show them sample videos of homes we've done, whether it be a walkthrough, a voiceover. We've done a couple recently for properties that were close to the lake. So we brought in drone and did drone photography, drone video, and it all depends on the home, but we have a very unique marketing strategy based on the style of home you have.
Mhm.
And I think when people see, just how we do things, it's fresh to them. It's stuff they've never seen, and it's at that point they're going, "I like it. When can you start?"
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's neat. It's unique. We do things a lot different than a lot of agents do.
I think too, a lot of agents, they apply the same marketing strategy no matter what the listing. I like that you're saying you have different marketing strategies depending on the listing.
Yeah, all depends on the style of home.
Yeah.
There's a property that we're coming to market with quite shortly. That's downtown, and it too has been on the market for a while, but they didn't focus on. You could walk to Spencer Smith Park. You have views of the lake from your balcony.
Wow.
You're right next door to A and B, and there's so many things that this property brings, other than just 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and
Yeah.
there's a lot in community that we're going to utilize to sell this home,
Nice.
versus something else that might be that's not downtown. That we have to look at parks or hiking, or we don't just sell the house, we sell the community, but every house has a different story, and we try to leverage that.
Nice. Very cool. Different lifestyle, different.
Yeah, yeah.
It's perfect. Cool. Tell us about partnership. Do you have any partners in your business that helped you tremendously, or that you wouldn't do this without them?
So yes, we do have, I guess we could call them partners, relationships that I've developed over the years. Early on, I got involved with lawyers and mortgage brokers, some contractors, handymen, everyone in my database. I just, that I could connect with. But I tried to find people who said, listen, I'm getting into the real estate world. I'm going to need a mortgage guy from time to time. Do you mind if I refer people over to you?
Mm-hmm.
And without asking for anything in return. And, that started a great partnership, I guess, with that mortgage guy. And it wasn't too long from there, I was getting a referral from him.
Yeah.
So, it's it works that way with some lawyers I do business with some I have a property maintenance guy. So that was, I'm giving to them first. And then they started returning the favor by developing those relationships with me and giving me clients to look after. So that's kind of how that worked.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
You are growing a team. So how do you keep your team accountable to succeed?
Oh, well, so that's, yeah, that's an interesting one that a lot of people are challenged with, but we do have an office here at Lakeshore. So then we're using the office space as much as we can right now as a team, but we meet regularly here. If we can't, we do it via Zoom, but my job is to keep them busy and provide them with leads. They're mostly buyer agents.
Yeah.
So we have a process that we go through every week where we review every lead that we've gotten in the last week. Sometimes we do it 2 or 3 times a week, depending how busy we are. But they have goals and objectives to obtain throughout the course of the year, and it's my job to make sure that I help them in any way I can.
Nice.
The other thing too is we're big on training.
Nice.
So I don't just bring on an agent and say, here's your leads and off you go, good luck. We go through. I have my own training program that I created. And then plus we utilize some of there are some fabulous real estate trainers out there that we utilize on a regular basis, and we're always trying to improve our skills.
Yeah.
And we also stay engaged with a few real estate lawyers to make sure we're staying on top of rules and regulations in their world.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we do to help them
Nice.
be successful, and then it's as well as accountable. They have to be accountable for their actions too. So
Very cool.
yeah.
What's the best advice you've received in your career so far?
The best advice I've received in my career. Boy, that's a great question. The best advice. I've had so much advice from so many people. I don't know if I can nail down just one thing. I think treating real estate as more than just a job. It's not a job. It's a business. Yeah. And I think a lot of agents that I've seen treat it more as a job than they do as their business, because it is a business.
Yeah.
Technically I'm self-employed. I just happen to work under the umbrella of LePage, but I think it made me realize, and I really had that mindset from the start anyway. Mm-hmm. But somebody said it and reminded me, and I'm going, yeah, it's true. And we've achieved some great levels of success in the 6 years I've been here. Mm-hmm. I think because of that. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's very good. Yeah, a lot of agents do not treat it as a business yet, or they don't realize it's a business. So it's a good point to keep that in mind.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Tell me, what are you excited about in the future? What's coming up for you?
Well, that's in real estate or anything else. Because, so we're still growing our team. So I'm excited. We just hired a new agent to join us. So that's going to give us a total of 6 people on our team now. So I'm excited about that, because we're doing such a phenomenal job that it's required me to add another body. So I'm excited about that. Good. I don't want to get to the point where I don't want to be a mega team. I want to be, if somebody calls Rick Jensen, I want to be able to be the guy that answers the phone and shows up at their door. Yeah. So, but I think just the fact that we've become so successful over the last 6 years, seeing where 2021 takes me, that's exciting in itself. It's nice. It should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Where do we find you? Where are you on Instagram and Facebook or?
Yeah, all of the above. So what's my Instagram account? Rick_Jensen at LePage.
Okay.
LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn as well. And Facebook. Don't do too much Twitter stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
rickjensen.ca is our website. So you can go there and check out our team and some of our marketing material. There's a couple of great spots there. You can go get information about buying a home or selling a home. It's not just about us. It's a resource for people that are looking for information with answers on what to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. That's amazing.
You're most welcome. Thanks for this. It's been fabulous.